All right, let's dive into something truly fascinating today. We're going to look at family trees, but with a really cool twist. We're going to see how the Finnish language builds family relationships with a logic that is so clean, so simple, and almost completely gender neutral. It's pretty amazing.
So let me just start with a question for you. What if you didn't need one word for your aunt and a totally different one for your uncle? Or for nephew and niece? For most of us, that probably sounds a little strange, but in Finnish, that's just how it works, and it opens up a whole different way of thinking about family.
To really see what I mean, check this out. Let's compare two languages. So in Spanish, you have to learn all these gendered pairs, tia and tío, sobrina and sobrino, and so on. But in Finnish, a lot of the time, those two words just become one. It's all about efficiency.
And that really brings us to the single most important idea for this whole explainer. The golden rule of Finnish kinship is just this: no gender. The language just doesn't assign masculine or feminine to most of these family roles, which, as you're about to see, makes building a family tree incredibly straightforward.
So let's do this. Let's build our own Finnish family, starting from the very foundation, the absolute core unit. Okay, first things first. The most basic building blocks are äiti for mother and isä for father. These are the two pillars that everything else is going to be built on. Next up, we have spouses. A wife is a vaimo, and a husband is a mies. And here's a fun little detail. Mies isn't just the word for husband, it's also the general word for man. It's just direct and logical.
So what about the next generation down? Well, one child is a lapsi. And if you have more than one, you don't learn a whole new word. Nope, you just pop a T on the end. Lapset. Simple as that.
All right, so let's do a quick recap of our foundation. We've got äiti, isä, vaimo, mies, and lapsi. These are our essential starting pieces. With just these 5 words, we have the core of any family. Okay, with that foundation solidly in place, let's start expanding the circle. It's time to add some more relatives to our tree.
Now for siblings, Finnish is actually pretty similar to English. It uses different gendered words. A sister is a sisko, and a brother is a veli. Pretty straightforward, right? But here's the thing. This is one of the few places where gender really matters. From here on out, things get really interesting.
Because when we get to cousins, that no gender rule comes roaring right back. In Spanish, you've got prima for a female cousin and primo for a male one. In Finnish, you just have serkku. That's it. One word covers everybody.
I mean, this visual just says it all. It perfectly illustrates that efficiency we talked about. Why learn 2 words when one does the job perfectly? It doesn't matter if they're male or female, your cousin is simply your serkku.
Okay, get ready because this is my absolute favorite part of this whole system. We are about to uncover the big secret of Finnish kinship. You see, you don't really memorize words for older generations, you build them. It's basically like using Legos. And the key to this whole thing, the master Lego block if you will, is this one simple word, iso. It just means big. That's it. Remember that word because it's about to unlock the entire top half of the family tree. So, check out this recipe. You start with mother, which we know as äiti. Then you just add big right to the front of it. Isoäiti, big mother. That's your grandmother. So what if you need to talk about your great-grandmother? Easy, you just do it again. Add another big. Isoäiti, big mother. It's just absolutely elegant. And this logic is perfectly consistent. You take father, isä, and you get isoisä for grandfather, and isoisä for great-grandfather, big father and big father. You see, once you know the rule, you already know the words.
Okay, let's move on to our final concept. If the Lego logic was for ancestors, Finnish has an equally clever system for nieces and nephews, and it's all about being descriptive.
So, how do you say nephew? Well, instead of having one unique word, Finnish basically asks you to describe the relationship. A nephew isn't some abstract idea. He is quite literally your brother's boy.
And this system is just so incredibly clear. Veljenpoika is brother's boy. Siskonpoika is sister's boy. And it works the same way for nieces. Veljentyttö is brother's girl, and siskontyttö is sister's girl. You're not just memorizing vocabulary, you're actually building a precise map of your family. So after looking at all these individual pieces, let's just take a step back and see the beautiful, logical structure that we've built here.
When you boil it all down, Finnish kinship is really governed by 3 super elegant rules. First, you've got the no gender rule, which simplifies so many terms. Second, that amazing building block logic where you just add big, iso, to create grandparents. And third, the descriptive system where a nephew is simply your brother's boy.
And this all leaves us with a final, really fascinating question to think about. When a language structures its family around efficiency, logic, and description instead of gender, what does that tell us about the culture that actually uses it? It just goes to show you that language isn't just a tool for talking. It's a window into a completely different way of seeing the world.